Okay, here you can see each lap of the session without traction control. Here's the start-finish line, this green marker. Here's one complete lap, two complete laps, three complete laps, and the fourth end lap. And of course, the getting up to speed going out. Here's his lap times. He did a 21:63. Second lap was a 21:51, and a 62, and then the end lap. Okay, here we have the next couple laps with traction control. Again, we have our green markers for the laps. Warm-up lap, lap 1, lap 2, and coming in lap. Here's a little map of the track. And in this session with the traction control, his first lap out was a 21:48, and then a 21:45, and then a 25:72 coming in. So I believe that's about a tenth and a half, 2/10 quicker with traction control, as well as a lot easier to drive. What we got here is a race pack data system, recording engine RPM, and over here the traction control activity. So here's a series of laps without traction control, and here we have a series of laps with traction control. This would be the front straightaway, decelerating through the corner, back straightaway, decel through the corner, back on the front straightaway, over and over and over. So we did a series of laps, 3, 4 laps here without traction control. We came in, actually stopped on the front straightaway, idled, plugged up the traction control, and went back out. You can see as the tires went away, the traction control did more and more and more. The lap times remained about the same from beginning to end, and these lap times were right at a tenth and a half quicker than the laps without traction control. So what you see here is as you come off the corner, the red lines are large timing corrections, the green lines are smaller ones. So it's, making various corrections coming off the corner and making the car easier to drive and a lot less throttle and steering input from the driver. The weather this day was 95 degrees and humid. We were fairly early in the morning, about 11 o'clock when we finished up, but it was hot. These tires started out this test with 40 laps on them from a previous race, and we put about 10 laps on it, just getting the car sort of warmed up and tire temperature set, or pressure set, tire temps normalized, and we came in, checked tire temps, pressures, went out, did this lap, again, just stopped on the straightaway, plugged it up, and went right back out. So these tires had more laps than these tires, yet these times were tenth and a half quicker. So if we take these laps and lay them on top of each other and zoom in, what you see is the yellow laps are with traction control, as indicated by when I toggle these channels. You can see the corrections that it made. Okay? And the green laps are without traction control. So what you'll notice is with traction control, the yellow line, engine RPM, is not only higher sooner, which means he's going faster. He actually, in this instance, carries a little more RPM, probably go off the corner a little better. But if you look very closely, you can see that the line is smoother. It's not as jagged as the green line. So the acceleration is smoother. The motor's not slipping, the tires aren't slipping, the motor's not accelerating with the tire slip. Here you can see he got on the throttle much sooner. He was carrying more throttle earlier and all the way down the run, ultimately to a higher speed. Not much, maybe a mile an hour. The bottom graphs here are the G meters, acceleration G. Green is without traction control and yellow is with. Again, what you see is the yellow trace gets to more G sooner and pulls more G overall in every lap. He's accelerating here, off the corner, faster, pulling more G. And you'll notice the G line is much smoother. It's not as jagged as the green line. The yellow's with traction control, it's much smoother. The green is without traction control, a little less in the total G and a little smoother, or a little more jagged, sorry. If you look right here, this is the G number. So if I put the cursor here, this is on the green trace without traction control. You select G's. Acceleration G on the green. Here's the values. The little X will follow the cursor. If I use the arrow keys, you can see we're 0.19, 0.2, 0.24, 0.25, 0.24, 0.3, 0.35, 0.36. We go to the yellow laps. You can see it's 0.3. Let me get the right channel selected here. And now when you follow, you'll see back in here it's 0.36, 0.35, 0.33, 0.33, 0.32. It's consistently 0.3s, whereas the other one is 0.2s. It's a tenth of a G more acceleration. That's going to add up. So that sums it up. You can see what the traction control did and what effect that had. Here are the corrections. I was using them in red and yellow. You can see here when he first picks the throttle up, makes some big corrections. Here it got into a little trying to slip the tires. The traction control came on, pulled out the red and then the green, and that's 20 degrees, then 10 degrees of timing. Ramps off. The data doesn't show the timing ramping off the way it's wired up. It just shows the event coming on and off. Doesn't show the timing tapering back in. Here made a small correction. Here made a small correction. Same thing here. Picks up the throttle, makes a couple big corrections. Here in the middle, when he's really trying to roll into full throttle, makes a couple red big corrections. And then as he comes off the corner, a couple greens. Same thing here. A few more big corrections. Getting further into the laps here, and the tires are getting hot. So there's what the traction control does. As you've just seen in this test, Davis Technologies traction controls are extremely effective in controlling wheel slip, making the car much easier to drive and lowering lap times, as well as prolonging the life of the tires and lowering tire temperatures. Some of the images displayed in this video have been generated using software by Competition Systems, Inc. RacePack. That software is not a product of Davis Technologies LLC and is simply being used to show the performance of Davis Technologies traction control systems.